What's good, y'all? Alright, so basically, we were coming off of a fucking star-studded fucking return from, what, a 6-week absence from the UFC. The Paramount deal, everything that has happened on Saturday was just, it was a good fucking return for the UFC, to be honest with you guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We had a fantastic main event. The fight card for 324 was a little bit lackluster. Not that many finishes considering that we just unlocked not unlocked, like it's a fucking game. Dana White just announced that we're gonna have extra, like, for finishes you'll get a bonus. No matter what your pay is, no matter what your contract is, you'll get a $25,000 bonus for a finish. Um, we didn't see that many finishes. We had Charles Johnson getting knocked out and beat up by Alex Perez, which threw me off completely. I had Charles Johnson on all of my bet slips winning. I did not think Alex Perez was going to win. He came into the fight overweight, and he knocked out Charles Johnson. That's on me. I wasn't debating on anything. I wasn't thinking that Alex Perez was gonna make a comeback or even do something. I haven't seen Alex Perez fight in a while. Um, Most of the times Alex Perez does fight, he either loses or there's something like a medical issue backstage, or he's missing weight, or there's something always happening with Alex Perez to the point where it's like I don't trust him enough to even put money on him. But he came back this Saturday. He knocked out Charles Johnson in, I'm pretty sure, the first round. That right there was a good fight. Um, I liked it. The other finishes were pretty lackluster. We had Derek Lewis get finished by Waldo Acosta. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had Derek Lewis that fight. I know Waldo was hot, like fresh red hot. I thought Derek Lewis was gonna come back. They're both around a 2-fight win streak. I thought he was gonna do something, and maybe first round knockout of Waldo. He just knocked out undefeated Taliesin. So I'm thinking that Derek Lewis is gonna maybe make another run for the title, or even make another run for the top five. You feel me? It's a typical Derek Lewis thing to do, to fucking go on a 3-fight losing streak, knock out 4 people after that 3-fight losing streak, and then is back in the top five and back in the title picture. It's a Derek Lewis thing, but um, that was a little controversial. DC, Joe Rogan, everybody was even seeing the way Derek Lewis got finished. It looked like he slipped, and it looked like he either hurt himself or he just was too tired to get back up. So Waldo jumped on him immediately and just hit him with some vicious ground and pound. That right there was the end of that fight. Waldo got the finish. It looked like when they did the replay, Waldo hit him with a jab, but it's also shown that Derek also slipped. So we don't know if it was a knockdown or if it was based on Derek slipping on the mat. We've seen a couple people that night slip on the mat like 1,000 times. I don't know what the hell was going on with the octagon that night or on Saturday, but I've seen a lot of fighters slipping. So hopefully by next week that shit is all fixed out. But to be honest with you, 325 was a nice pay-per-view. We had Sugar Sean O'Malley win a really close decision with Song Yadong. I wanted Sean to win, but the first round was up in the air. I gave it to Sean O'Malley. Second round for sure was Song Yadong's. And then third round, Sean O'Malley came out and did what he needed to do to win the fight. But it was also just like the first round could have been Song Yadong's, to the point where it's like it's up in the air. But Sean got given the first round. Song was the second. Third round was for sure Sean O'Malley. So first round was really up to debate. He won a really close decision, and obviously Sean O'Malley being Sean O'Malley, he wants another title shot. So he was like, I want Pidion next. Pidion wants to go fight Marab first, and run that back and get the rematch in real quick. Then go do that. I'll sit out and wait. So it looks like we're gonna wait. Corey Sandhagen said he wanted Sean O'Malley once again, and that right there would be a fantastic fight, especially even as another co-main event to a pay-per-view, or fucking a main event to a fight night. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen would do numbers. I really want to see that. That right there would be a fantastic fight. But I don't know, based off of that win, yeah, it's a tough Song Yadong victory, but it was a really close fight. I don't think Sean O'Malley gets a title shot off of that fight. I think he needs one more fight, and I would match him up against Corey Sandhagen. You feel me? It's that simple. We have 2 people that are coming off of losses off of the champion, former champion. The champion now he just lost his belt, so have Peter Yan versus Merab running back. Give us Corey versus Sean O'Malley for a number one contender fight. Winner of that versus the winner of Merab versus Peter Yan again. That right there is how I would play out the bantamweight division. And the main event, Justin Gaethje. Like, I know I said Justin Gaethje was going to walk through Paddy Pimblett, but that right there was a war. I'm not going to lie. For the first 2 rounds, Justin Gaethje was eating everything Paddy Pimblett gave to him. He was getting stunned a little bit, but he was just hurting Paddy. The first round, he hit Paddy with a nice uppercut to right to the solar plexus. That hurt Paddy. Like 30 seconds later, he dropped Paddy Pimblett onto the ground. I thought the fight was over. Like, first round when he dropped Paddy, I thought it was over. It looked like Paddy was hurt, and I thought it was over. Paddy somehow got over to his stomach, was able to get back up, keep fighting. He's one tough son of a bitch. He lasted 25 minutes with just getting straight hit with haymakers from Justin Gaethje. I was surprised. My girlfriend was surprised. We was both just sitting there, just like, yeah. My girl is a big Paddy Pimblett fan, and I'm a Justin Gaethje fan. So as you guys can tell, all I heard this whole weekend leading up to this fight was Scousers don't get knocked out. And me being me, I was like, that Scousers about to go through a train wreck against Justin Gaethje. Holy shit, did he go through that train wreck? But that motherfucker does not get knocked out. I really thought Justin Gaethje was going to, like, murder him. Paddy came back the 3rd round. And to be honest with you, I thought Paddy was going to maybe win the last couple of rounds. And, he was going to hurt Gaethje. After the 3rd round, Justin Gaethje came back, dropped Paddy in the 4th round again. It was really controversial as well. Paddy hit Justin with a nut shot. Justin hit Paddy with a nut shot and like 2 eye pokes. I don't blame Justin Gaethje, to be honest with you. I blame the gloves. This has been a discussion for multiple years now at this point, and now we're on Paramount and it's the same thing happening. It's the gloves. You guys want to keep complaining about eye pokes, like same thing that happened with Tom Aspinall. Tom was just like, I'm not gonna lose my title if I can't see. You feel me? So it was just simple shit like that. Therefore, I can understand that side, but besides the eye pokes and everything, Paddy said he was okay to fight. It's just Paddy just was not ready for Justin Gaethje. Everybody was hyping up Paddy Pimblett. I don't see how Paddy Pimblett was the favorite going into this fight. I think he was like a minus 300 favorite, 400 favorite. I don't see how that is even possible. Like, you have to understand, yes, he's a hype train. Everybody's rushing for Paddy Pimblett. They want him versus Taporia. They want to get it out the way immediately. You cannot throw Paddy Pimblett in front of somebody like Justin Gaethje after Paddy went up against somebody like a 2-4 Michael Chandler and think, oh, he's going to give Justin a hard challenge. As you can see, Paddy Pimblett just got steamrolled. He had 1 round out of 5, and to be honest with you, he got beat the fuck up. The only thing that we can give Paddy Pimblett is that he's one tough son of a bitch, and that right there I did not think of because of the fact of what I never seen Paddy Pimblett to the point where he was getting butchered and having to stay up on his feet. Now I can understand the point of Scousers don't get knocked out. I've seen Paddy get hit a couple of times with some hard shots, but Justin really was throwing everything he had at him, and he was just standing there. He got dropped, but he would get back up, and that right there is the main point. Like, he didn't get knocked out. He never got finished. He stood there for 25 minutes and went to war with Justin Gaethje. And that right there was a fantastic way to open up like UFC and Paramount, because it's just a war. Imagine you're like a new person who's never watched UFC a day in your life, and then you got a Paramount subscription, you're just bored as hell Saturday night, click on the UFC, and then you just go watch that. Like, you're a fan. You're a fan. I've seen a lot of people already talking about how it was their first UFC event, watching it on Paramount, and they're already in love with it, and now they're Paddy supporters. I feel bad because my girlfriend, I feel like my girlfriend doesn't really watch UFC like that. So she's like, she knows I'm just like addicted to it. I'm into it 24/7. Like, it's basically my life. So she knows that any type of MMA concept is going to be brought up inside the house 24/7. So when all I hear is my girlfriend who doesn't watch MMA just talk about Paddy the Baddy and Scousers don't get knocked out, and then she witnessed Paddy Pimblett getting beat the fuck up for 25 minutes, her face was just, she was heartbroken. She thought Paddy was winning a title. I just like, you new people got to understand, these hype trains get derailed real quickly, and I will be the #1 person to bet like $20 on Justin Gaethje to knock out Elite Taporia. That's all I'm betting, because anything higher than that, I'm losing. I guarantee you. I'm losing that immediately. Moving on to 325, we have talks of Dan Hooker being injured a week before his fight, and it has not been confirmed. The only thing that has been confirmed is that Arman Sarukian broke Dan Hooker's nose when he headbutted him in the fight nights in Abu Dhabi. Besides that, that's all we know. I've seen Dan post on Instagram and on Twitter. He hasn't confirmed anything or said anything about it. He's literally just posting about his family, his daughters, their YouTube channel. It just getting ready for the fight. We got Muhammad Usman receiving a 30-month suspension for anti-doping. Holy shit. Like, I don't even, like, it's not even like he's a good UFC fighter. It's just the fact that you received a 30-month suspension. You're not that good of a fighter. You received a 30-month suspension. You're already in your, like, what, 30s to 40s? That's 2 years down the drain. By the time you come back, you're not getting a title fight. You're not getting into the top 10. You're a lackluster ass fighter as it is. You basically just lost your whole career. You can't even deny it. You basically just lost your whole career right there. And I don't know if they're looking into... I'm pretty sure Usman's probably one of the most cleanest and tested fighters in the UFC. But his brother now, that's another thing. That's a whole other option. And that's gonna look bad on Kamaru now, because it's like your little brother is out here juicing to the gills, and you expect us to believe that you're not. I'm feeling real bad about that. I don't have any... I don't know. But that's basically all of the news. We have like some fights that are almost being finalized. I purposely brought up these to you like at least two of these fights, like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was like, so the first one is what I brought up 2 weeks ago. Yuri versus Goldberg. Whether it's for a vacant light heavyweight title or it's just being targeted. I mean, to be honest with you, it's being targeted for 327's main event. Therefore, it has to be for a vacant title. And it's either going to be for a vacant title, or the UFC now has like this thing where they would like to throw out random interim titles. I can see Yuri versus Goldberg being a main event for an interim title, especially if Alex wants to fight on the White House card. I could just see that happening. I already said that a few videos ago. Like, it's clear case for happening. It's a number one contenders match already as it is. We already know these two are going to fight. We just don't know when, where, and if it's for an interim title. We got DDP returning against Brendan Allen. Why the fuck is that even a fight? What the fuck is that going to do? I'm pretty sure that's going to be like the second or third fight on the card. But like, what the fuck is that going to do? The card opener for 327 in Miami is JDM versus Carlos Prates. And that right there was a little fucked up for me, because I wanted to see Michael Morales versus Carlos, but UFC had other plans. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Michael Morales. Skip track before I even bring up the rest of the welterweight division. Islam versus Kamaru Usman, White House. It's already being targeted. It's already being brought up. It's already being... That's one of the title fights. I'm here for it because, to be honest with you, Kamaru is not going to get subbed by Islam. Therefore, it's going to be 25 rounds of either a straight wrestling match, which Islam, to be honest with you, cannot out-wrestle Kamaru. We already know that. He can hold him on the ground, but he cannot out-wrestle Kamaru. That's the one issue. Can he strike with Kamaru? We have no fucking idea. I have no idea if Islam is even going to think about striking with Kamaru. Kamaru has the power to hurt anybody if he really needs to. It's just more or less like, will he be able to do it? Besides that, we got for Miami, the prelim, like the end of the night prelim, before we go to the main card, is Bryce Mitchell versus Alexandre Topuria. They're just throwing every Topuria at Bryce Mitchell. I don't know. I don't know if Bryce Mitchell... I'm pretty sure Bryce Mitchell actually is coming off of a win recently. But throwing another Topuria at this nigga, you're just trying to ruin this man's career. He was undefeated 3 years ago. Like, that needs to sink inside of people's heads. This man, Bryce Mitchell, was undefeated 3 years ago. Now Bryce Mitchell has like 4 losses. Ilya, Gene Silva, and somebody else. That's three, not four. But still, it's the fact of they're just throwing haymakers. The fourth one is going to be the other Topuria. Alexandre Topuria is going to murder Bryce Mitchell. I don't even know why this is even being made a fight. Mitchell can, like, Mitchell actually did something with, not even did something, he actually had a chance with fucking Ilya. They were both hyped up to, they both had a chance. Ilya was the striking, Bryce was the grappling, even though Ilya was a black belt and he's a fucking marauder on the ground, right? Alexandre is actually well-rounded, and he's powerful. That's the fucking worst part of it all. Like, Alexandre can literally toss you up in the fucking air and then tell you to stand up to knock you the fuck out. Like, that's the issue with him. He will literally probably put Bryce Mitchell's lights out. Like, not even on the ground, like, standing up wise. He might sleep Bryce Mitchell. I don't know. We got Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. This fight was targeted, like, what, four times last year? It was canceled off 1,000 times. We're going to try it again this year. And then we got David Martinez versus Chito Vera for a fight night. That's all the fights that we have almost finalized. But to be honest with you, I can give you my predictions. I have Yuri beating Oberg, DDP beating Brendan Allen, Carlos Prates beating JDM, Usman beating Islam, Topuria beating Mitchell, Roses losing to Rob Font. That's where shit's gonna get fucked up. I got Raul Roses Jr. losing to Rob Font. And then I got Chito Vera beating David Martinez. That's gonna be a hard fight, to be honest with you, either way. I'm pretty sure Chito just lost to Zahabi. I thought Chito won that fight, to be honest with you. I do not like Zahabi at all. But, this is what's gonna happen. Chito is on a losing streak. Sean O'Malley fucked Chito Vera. I'm gonna just say that now. Chito thought he was getting a title shot. He got fucked up for 5 rounds straight. And then he's just been losing ever fucking since he fought Sean O'Malley again. I'm not gonna lie to you. He is moving back down the rankings like really, really fast, and it's scary to me because he's now going in with like the hard-hitting prospects that will actually take your lights up. Like, Zahabi was somebody that the UFC gave to him that, hey, beat him, make him stay inside of the top 15, you'll stay in the top 5. He lost. Now Zahabi's in the top 5. He's in the top 15. Now he has to go up against David Martinez. If David Martinez pulls this off, Chito is going to be within like rank number 13, and he's not getting back into the rankings. Like, he's not moving back up. It will be it for Chito Vera. Chito's probably going to retire by next year, to be honest with you. That's what it is. That's all I got, basically. There's nothing else that it's basically being discussed. I had a shit ton more on this with just like news that I've wrote down in the past week. But to be honest with you, all of this shit is basically just Fight of the Year awards or fight nights, fights that was announced and canceled, or they're pending right now because somebody on the opposite side hasn't agreed to the terms. You feel me? So it's nothing special, but it works. You feel me? Like, I got 3 fights that I'm excited for that I really need to see this weekend. That's going to be Diego versus Volk 2. That will be BSD. Actually, I got 4 fights. BSD versus Hooker. What the fuck am I thinking that for? Holy shit. Rufi versus Fazeev. Silkhead versus... I don't know who Silkhead is versing. I forgot who the fuck it is. But whoever the fuck he's fighting, that shit I want to see really bad. And then Diego versus Volk. That's about it. Those are the 4 fights that I really started to see this weekend. I got really high hopes for Paramount UFC. For the first showcase and introduction by Bruce Buffer, everything was looking outstanding. Dana White's offering fucking finishing bonuses, so you could tell that whether or not last week or last Saturday showed motherfuckers actually wanting to get money and get a finish. Eventually, a lot of people will end up starting to try to kill their opponents and make some extra money. That's basically what the hell we want to see, right? We don't want to see no more decisions. We don't want to see no more fucking judges screwing over fighters. We want to see motherfuckers getting killed. So Dana's trying to give us the opportunity. Go finish your opponent, get $25,000 extra dollars. You feel me? Don't matter what your contract is. The only way. Oh, that's what the only. If you miss weight, you're not getting that $25K bonus. It happened to Alex Perez. He missed weight. He was like 4 pounds over. and knocked out Charles Johnson Saturday. And then Dana was just like, he lost 25% of his purse, and then he lost the $25,000 knockout bonus that he got. So shit happens. But, you know, that just proves you got to show up, fight ready, do what you got to do, get a finish, you'll get bread. It's that simple. Speaking of that, Justin Gaethje, that motherfucker has had 15 fights in the UFC, and he's had 15 fight bonuses, post-fight bonuses. This nigga gotta, like, he gotta get nerfed at one point. He has to get nerfed. Even when he lose, he gets a post-fight bonus. This nigga has to be nerfed. Like, he tied Joe Lazo and Charles Oliveira for the most post-fight bonuses of all time. How is that possible? How is every single fight this nigga... Not even how. It's Justin Gaethje, but why? Nerf this nigga.